Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Kramers here with my buddy
Thomas McClellan.
And today we are reviewing Stuart Gordon's 1985 classic, Reanimator. Starring Jeffrey Combs, Bruce Abbott, and Barbara Crampton. Released in 1985 with a budget of $900,000, taken in the box office with $2 million. When they were making this, they wanted to make it a black and white, gritty film shot on 16mm, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably. They wanted to maybe catch sort of that feel that you'd experience from reading a H.P. Lovecraft kind of book.
It was produced by Brian Yuzna, who would go on to direct Bride of the Reanimator and Society. It was distributed by Empire Pictures. This movie deals with Herbert West as he is trying to prove to his roommate and some people that death can be stoppable.
And this was based on an H.P. Lovecraft book, right?
Yes, based on an H.P. Lovecraft novelette, Herbert West Reanimator.
So you could call it like a perfect dark comedy in a way, right?
Yes.
This is an interesting film, actually, because I remember something really cool about this. This was shot, actually, around the very same studio that also did the first Terminator film, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but a lot of the guys that come back to life, the corpses in the morgue scene, well, I think one of them was Arnold Schwarzenegger's stunt double, right?
It is.
Yeah, what was his name again?
I don't remember.
Apparently, he also convinced a lot of his other friends who were bodybuilders to show up for that morgue scene, actually.
Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger liked Reanimator so much that he wanted to star in Stuart Gordon's later film, Fortress, but he wasn't able to. This was released by Arrow Video. The presentation on this Blu-ray is, excellent. It had, a 4K transfer and 5.1 surround sound.
If I may subtract you for a minute here, actually. Would you agree with me when I would say that this film kind of reminds me a little bit of, say, a mashup between The Evil Dead and Peter Jackson's Brain Dead in a way?
Yeah, it does.
It's got that very gory, over-the-top kind of
As
thing.
in fact, Reanimator was one of Peter Jackson's inspirations for Brain Dead.
Makes sense because a lot of the gore effects, if you look at, say, Brain Dead, it's got a lot of the same kind of over-the-top. It's to stretch out that R rating on the gore, really, you could say.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, definitely. And let's be honest, that's what a lot of people remember about this film.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more smarter.
Including a very interesting visual pun.
Ah, yes. That scene.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Let's skip that scene for the moment.
Yes.
Another really interesting fact I found out about this film. Apparently, a lot of the effects were actually done by another filmmaker later. This is the same guy who made Friday the 13th, The New Blood, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I forget his name, but he's one of those special effects guys who just loves to do these real practical effects. And he did a lot of the effects for that movie. And apparently the formula used in the movie, it's glow stick stuff.
Wow.
That's why it glows in the dark a lot.
Nice. But yeah, this is I would say that this movie is an excellent film for...
Sort of not just for people who like H.P. Lovecraft, but more people who
you got great writing, you have characters that you care about, and they've written Jeffrey Combs' character to be this serious guy, even though he says things that
are really over the top when you think about it.
Yes.
His line delivery, I just love it. So perfect. He's dead, Dead? Well, not anymore. But besides that, we also have to look at some of the other actors, and they do they do it pretty well, even though maybe the script isn't exactly the best for them sometimes.
Yeah, the writing,
it's real smart, you could say.
Pitch black, really dark humor.
It's based on H.P. Lovecraft. You know it's going to be depressing, right?
Yes. So I'm glad that Stuart Gordon and company went for the more black comedy route.
Oh, totally. The characters in general, they're just really enjoyable.
Yeah.
We got a cool bad guy with David Gale. He's just so slimy in that one.
Oh, yes.
And, I don't know, he's kind of slimy that you actually could expect being somewhat realistic. The dude he's got the bad hair, very slimy at his co-workers, leers at women all the time. Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West.
And Bruce Abbott's Dan Kane, who makes it relatable.
Yeah, he's kind of he'd be like how we would probably act in a situation like, oh god, what the hell's going on, that kind of thing.
Yeah, this movie, like, you could like consider this movie as a companion piece for the Evil Dead movies and Peter Jackson's earlier movies, that being Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and Brain Dead.
Yeah, Brain Dead, totally. I like the film, but there is one problem I have with the film, almost. It's almost kind of too short, almost, I feel. I mean, a lot of stuff happens, and it just moves along way too fast, almost, it feels. There's not enough time to really get too invested in a lot of stuff, but on the whole, I kind of sometimes expect that with a lot of comedies. You want to get in, get out, and make sure you get the audience laughing or cringing or whatever you want. Let's not forget about the music, of course.
By Richard Band, which you would argue it sounds similar to...
Psycho, man. He got into real trouble, apparently, for that.
Yeah.
He almost got sued, also, I think. Or maybe he did. Like, Richard, Bobby, come on now. We saw what you did there.
Yeah.
If you had to say something bad about the film, what would it be?
As much as I did enjoy Barbara Crampton in that movie...
Oh, definitely.
I'd say she didn't do that much besides getting herself into trouble or being the damsel in distress. So, what would be your final rating for this?
I didn't know if I'd like the film at first, but it's grown on me, I'll admit. It's kind of one of those special films you find only once in a while kind of thing. It really actually is really good, and it's smart, which is what I like. So I'd have to give Reanimator, I'm feeling generous, 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, nice. I would give it a 9 because of Barbara Crampton's character.
Sometimes the effects don't look too good, but the effects are just awesome. Especially with the morgue scene. That was just really good. It's the early 80s kind of film, so it kind of has that sort of exploitation kind of feel to it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, guys, hope you enjoy our first video. Not the best, but we're working on it. And if you did enjoy the video, press the like button if you haven't already, and do the subscribe button.
We'll catch you guys later. Hopefully we'll see you again real soon now. Adios.